Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to our paper pumpkin class. I'm Brenda Miller, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Jersey. And today we're going to make one of each of the cards in the April 2023 paper pumpkin kit called All the Little Things. That's the name of the kit. And then I'm going to share some alternative projects. So welcome to everyone on the call and to those of you watching on replay. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my desk. So let's see. Hello. Here we go. Spotlight for everybody. There we go. My beautiful desktop. So here we have the kit. And I've already opened my kit this time. And that's how it, from here on in, that's how it's going to be. My kit will already be open, but I'm going to go through it like we normally would do so that we talk about all the things that are inside. So I think your kit starts with the little advertisement for the free box organizer, and somewhere in your box are these strips. Now, I have heard mixed results about these strips, that you can put it together pretty easily, but if you put your spots in, they kind of sink to the bottom, so then they're hard to get out. So we have to find a solution for that, but it is nice to have an organizer, and I saw people use this organizer for things other than spots. But what's nice about it being deep is that you can put multiple levels of spots in. So that's something we will work on. Maybe we'll take a look at that at the end. But then the other side of that sheet of paper is the advertisement for next month's kit, which is showcasing the new in colors, but it's also nature themed. So it's, which a lot, you know, all of our new in colors are very earthy, if you will. So that's probably why they went with this. And plus with Father's Day coming, and, you know, once a year, we can do some masculine cards, right? For those 3 cards we need. In my case, 4. I have a husband and 3 boys, but anyway, so that's next month's kit. So we will get together to do that. So we have, I think you have 2, I think I threw out one of my little baggies, but there are 2 baggies in there. And we actually get 2 little spools of twine this time, or baker's twine. It's Calypso Coral and Basic Black, which are fun to have. And our usual dimensionals. And our these are the, which was my very favorite, the iridescent rhinestones. So very fun to have. Always like, they go with any project. They go with anything, right? They go with anything. Okay, your spot is the shaded spruce. I, of course, will use my full-size pad just because that's what I do. But we have that. It's a great color. Very happy to see that that carried over. And then we have our stamp set. I think it's a wonderful one. I love that it, you know, addresses multiple events. So we have Celebrate Today, which could be for anything, but usually a birthday. Here's a I'm grateful for all the little things you do. There's enjoy the day, your day, something. Wait, where are my glasses? Got to put my glasses back on. I had them on before. There we go. Enjoy your day. And then with deepest sympathy, which is always good to have. And you have some backgrounds and a little flower. Always good to have another flower. So we will use that during today. And then we have our supplies. So go ahead and open up your package. Yikes. There we go. So that we can see and separate things into card number 1, 2, and 3. So I will walk us through that. I'll just get my right page open just to make sure that I do it correctly. Okay, so I think first you have this fun leaf design that has the iridescent elements, right? So we're going to use one of these, and that is going to be with card number 1. So as usual, I'm going to make my 3 piles on my desk, and I'll walk you through it, and then you can put the others aside. Hopefully I'm going to be in the same order as you, but I might not be, so I apologize in advance if that happens. This is the card base for the next card, okay? And so it has the shaded spruce at the bottom. This is card number 2. So that goes with card number 2. Next, I think we have our envelopes. So let's just look at our beautiful envelopes. They are all the same. And wouldn't these be great for like an ocean background? Yep. So I'm definitely going to be cutting some of these apart to use for that, because I never seem to have enough. Never have enough. Okay.
And there are 9 of them, right?
What's that?
There are 9 of them, right?
Yes. Yes. 9. Yep, because we're making, the kit makes 3 each of the 3 parts. Okay. So the next I may not have in the exact order because I kind of mixed them up, and even though I didn't mean to. So do you have this next? I don't know if you do.
I do now.
Okay, if you can find that, you're going to punch out one of these, and that is going to go with card number 1. I'll do a better job next time keeping it in order. I promise. I think, did you have the card bases next? Is that what was next?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the card base with the, what color is this? I guess petal pink at the bottom. That is the card base for card number 1. So I'm going to put it underneath so I keep it all together. Okay. It's not folded. I don't know why they fold some and not others.
I know why.
Why?
If it's, what do you call this? If it's a portrait card, it fits in the box and you can fold it yourself.
Oh, right.
It's too long to fit the box, so they fold it for you so it goes in.
You are absolutely right. I did not think that. That is funny. Yeah, didn't occur to me. Okay, so that's why. Okay, good. At the bottom of the pile of cards, you have plain white cards. And that plain white card goes with card number 3. Okay, so that's the first thing for number 3 that we have. Okay. Now is when we get into these punch outs. I think, well, you should be able to see these. You need, this is the white where it has the labels on one side, and then the other are these rectangles. So if you punch out a rectangle, that goes with card number 1. No, that's not right. It goes with card number 2. I'm sorry. That goes with card number 2. But the label on there goes with card number 1. Okay, so you're punching out one of each. They're getting really good at keeping these things consolidated. I'm very excited about this. They've really improved this part. So again, there was the long rectangle plain that goes with card number 2, and the stitched label goes with card number 1. Then we have these punch outs. The banner, the small, tiny stitched banner goes with card number 3. Oh, this is funny. This label. Okay, then the orange circle, let's go with orange. The orange stitch circle goes with card number 2. And the stitched little circle string goes with card number 2 as well. So it's like that. Okay. I love that the things that you stamp on, they give you an extra one. So they've been doing that consistently as well. Okay, I don't know. Do you have this next? The blue? Yeah, you do. Okay, so the blue goes with card number 3. And then the last sheet of die cuts go with 2 different cards. So this long one, pretty, I like, I'm going to call them cherry blossoms because I don't know, I feel like it, even though cherry blossoms are usually pink. This one goes with card number 2, as well as the 3 little ones, the little tiny ones. They also go with card number 2. And then the other pieces, the big pieces, they go with card number 3. And there you have it. Those are all the pieces that we need for now. We will also do our string as we go along. I think that'll just be easier. So I'll give you another minute, but give me a thumbs up when you have everything separated. All right, I got 2.
Oh, sorry.
3. Okay. Can you see me on the top of your screen? Okay, Lynn's ready too. I have my funky glasses on. Just don't know where my other ones are. Okay, let's take our pile for card number 1 and push the others just off your working area. And I'm going to have us do this first. For this piece, we need to punch out all the extra white. And I found it easiest to flip it over and look for where the kind of perforations are, right? So you can kind of work it looking at the front and the back. So we're punching out the pieces in between the leaves. So there are a bunch of them. So it's going to take us a second. While we do that, I really like this, and I like that it's already pre-punched because like when we do have some dies that are background dies that do this, and it tends to be a little bit more challenging to get the pieces out. But this
Must be instructions.
makes it super easy. Super easy to punch these out. You just got to make sure you get them on. And for me, this is the thing that took the longest. All of these cards were super easy. And I love that they have a little shimmer on each of them, plus the little iridescent rhinestones that come with it. So it's super fun. So I am also getting rid of all the little extra pieces so they don't get stuck to anything. Okay. So that's why I wanted to do that first. So it's super pretty, and you'll see lots of people who did alternative projects, and they cut it at, you know, places where it might be natural to cut. So like between leaves and such, and they use them on 2 different cards to make, you know, to make 2 different cards, which is nice. But I like it as the background, just the way it is. All right. So are we all good with that? Did everybody get that done? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment on the stitched label that we have. You see there's stitching. So there's a right side up. And they used, you can use any, I think any of the sentiments will fit, but they used the I'm grateful for all the little things you do. Now notice I put it diagonally on my block. So to make sure that it fits nicely. It does fit across also, but I like to put it diagonally because it forces me to line it up. So I'm going to use my shaded spruce ink pad. And I'm going to tap, tap, tap to ink it up. Just love, love, love shaded spruce. And so for this one, I'm just lining it up between the lines, trying to get it straight, which is always a challenge, but it's pretty forgiving, this one. What's nice about this is that even though it has multiple fonts, the top and the bottom font are the same. And so that made it a little bit easier to line up than some of the others sometimes are. All right. So I'll wait for everyone to get that. Just stamped. I know sometimes you have to open up your little spot on the first one, which sometimes takes a couple minutes. Shouldn't be that hard, but it is. It is. All right. So when you get that done, just give me a thumbs up so I know. Awesome. Okay, so let's move on then. Okay, so now let's take our card base and we can fold that in half. Give it a nice crease with your finger or your scoring bone. My scoring bones are in another room, so we'll let that go. Now they have the heavier, the denser color at the bottom, obviously, because then the card opens this way. And now we're going to take our background. And for our background, we are going to use a whole bunch of dimensionals. I am using up my dimension sheets because I put one at every station now. So I always end up with a zillion sheets partially used, usually towards the end. So I am just tearing apart the edges. I highly recommend doing that, but you can use full ones because you have them, right? And they put them all over in any of the thick spots. Basically, you want to make sure you get the edges, well, like the corners, I mean. You want to make sure you get the corners and then a couple of spots in the middle just to keep it lifted on your card. So you can see I did it like this. Put a whole bunch of pieces, just one little square, and then I'm going to just remove all my backings, which this takes a minute or two. Peel them off. My biggest problem is that then they get all over the floor and, you know, things. Okay. And then we're going to put it on, once you get all of your pieces and peel it off, we're just going to put it on the card front. And when you put it on the card front, it does have an edge on all four sides showing through. So just make sure that you line it up that way. This is what it looks like. Okay, so you have a little bit of an edge, and it's just so cool that it lifts off and it gives that dimension to the card and add to it that shiny stuff, and it really is very fun. Simple to do because they did all the hard work for us. Thank you, Stampin' Up. Always good of them. Okay. While you're finishing that up and before you move on, the hardest thing that I had to do today was find an end on my Calypso coral. So now I have 3 ends sticking out because I actually cut so you can see on mine. I couldn't find it. I mean, I really tried and I could not find it. As always, we have our ruler on the inside of our instructions, or you can, you know, you have a ruler there, or you just want to estimate. We are making it into, whoops, a circle for behind the label. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So they suggest 22 inches. So for those of us maybe challenged with math, you're going to do the 18 inches on the ruler and then 4 more inches. So I don't think anyone in this group is necessarily challenged, but I always get that one person that says, oh, help me with that. But I hope I have 22 whole inches available on this. Can you see what I'm doing here with 3 ends?
Yes. Been there, done that.
Just not necessary. The black one came free really easily, but for whatever reason, I could not get this one. All right, so 22 inches. Get that cut and put aside for later. All right. So, no real trick to this. Once you get it cut, I just wrap it around all 4 of my fingers, okay? Because I want this to be a pretty big loop. You know, depending upon the size of the loop, you use fewer fingers. So I'm just going to lay that on the card. I'm not using any adhesive at this point. I'm just laying that down on the card like that. When you're ready, once you get to this point, give me a thumbs up and I'll know we can move on. 1, 2, 3. Lane, you good? Okay, she did. Okay. Sometimes I can't see her thumb. Okay, so now what we want to do is take our tag And on the bottom of the tag, we're going to just put some adhesive right at the bottom edge. You can use the little glue dots that come with the kit. That's what they did, but I'm just going to use my regular Stampin' Seal, and I just put a line at the bottom. And the reason for that is I'm going to attach this fun edge to the tag. And this is how they did it. They did have a little sticking out here. Okay. If it was me, I would put it all, you know, I'd go right to the edge, but they did not. So that's what I'm doing for this. You do what you do, you.
Look what I just saw, Brenda.
Oh, look at that. You walked away with my stamp.
I did.
How did that happen?
Probably when the team thing at your house. Because I know I had some, so I must have grabbed the wrong one.
Well, you know, I do have 10 of them, so now I have 9.
Well, I'll be sure to return it.
Okay.
If you find one without a name on it, it's probably mine.
Actually, none of mine. That's the only one I probably put my name on because I probably thought, oh, I should really label my stuff. Little good that did. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so on the back of this, now that we have this put together, we are going to put some dimensionals. They used 3, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm putting one at each edge. And again, remember, I'm using the edges of my sheets. And I'm going to put one in the middle. And then when you peel this off and you put it on your card, you're going to trap the string inside of it. And so I did this one so much better than my first one. I'm going to put the edge all the way to the edge. And then I'm going to lay it down and voila. How fun is that? I just love all the dimension on this card. See, I used up a sheet, a whole sheet. That's good. Here are all my scraps. And once you have it down, the best part, woohoo, is they allow for 5 of these very fun little rhinestone-y things, and you can put them anywhere. I'm putting 2 big ones and 1 small one. So I put 1 big one down here, 1 big one here, and you know, I find it hard to see until I hold it up, what it really looks like. But I tried to mimic what they did on their sample. I may or may not have gotten it right, but they allow for 5. So I'm doing 2 big ones and 3 small ones on my card. And there we have it. That is lots of shimmer and fun all on one card. Woohoo! Did you say something, Allison?
No, I just said that it's lovely.
Yes, lovely, lovely, right?
So
I really liked it. I just, you know, the cards have improved so much. Oh my God. Yeah, so really enjoying this. All right. So when you finish all of that, just give me a thumbs up and I'll know we're ready to move on. This is good today because I can see.
Could you back down again, please?
So sorry.
I'm missing 2.
2 rhinestones. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, sparkly. Yay.
Got it?
pretty, pretty.
Yeah.
Almost.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Right. Let's move on to card number 2. Super easy. We are actually stamping 2 different things on here. We are going to stamp the long rectangle and the little orange circle, petal pink, whatever it is. And we are going to, let's stamp the rectangle first. So I am going to pull out what we need first. We're going to use, whoops, upside down, the dots. And we're going to use the dots to just make a background on this. So let me show you what it's going to look like. See how we have just dots at the bottom? Yeah, just a little background. So we'll take our ink pad. There's no right or wrong on this. You just want to stamp it down, leave some, rotate it so it doesn't look the same in every spot. Go off the edges is all good. Let's see. When I first picked it up, I thought it looked like New Jersey. And then I said, well, maybe not.
Okay.
I don't know. I was holding it this way. I was like, you got the top.
Sort of see
quite,
it.
Yeah, it's not quite the right angle, but yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I only stamped it 1, 2, 3, 4 times on this one. I did on my first sample, I stamped it 5 times, just how it worked out. And so on my sample, I stamped the words enjoy your day, but this one I'm going to stamp celebrate today. It fits. It fits. Never have too many birthday cards. So that's what I'm going to do next, is stamp celebrate today on the circle. Everybody remembers, right, that if it's crooked, you just turn the circle. Very forgiving when we stamp in circles. Very forgiving. So these are the 2 things that we want to stamp. So when you have that done, just give me a thumbs up and let me know. Gotcha. 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Okay. So now we're going to take what we just stamped and we're going to adhere it to the bottom portion of the card. Let me pull this over just so that you can see what we're going for. All right. So that's going to go at the bottom and we're going to use my regular adhesive for this, but you can use the dots that come in the, oh wait, don't glue it down yet. Stop.
You need to do the cording, right?
Yes, I'm sorry. So I completely forgot. Here we go. I'm going to put adhesive down the, now I wouldn't have done the diagonal. And you see where I'm putting the adhesive? Here we go. So I put 3 lines, 1, 2, 3. And the reason for that is that we're going to wrap the cord around the black Baker's twine. Now we need 18 inches for this. I am so sorry I jumped the gun on that. We'll get caught back up. Here we go. So we just need the 18 inches, and that's easy enough. And it's actually way more. I would never use this much, but that's what it says to use. So for today I will. When you have your 18 inches, what they show is like a crisscross. So you allow it to adhere to one of those strips, and then you wrap it around your card, the piece twice in a crisscross pattern like that. And then when you put it down, it will adhere to the rest of the adhesive. So that's why I put the adhesive, whoops, the way that I did. So as you can see, this is a full wraparound. I guess they don't want to seem cheap, but I would be cheap and I would start it here, wrap it around and then glue it here. And, we would just make it. But here we have it. And it doesn't matter where it crosses. It's just that look. And now with all that extra adhesive you have on there, you can put it on the card front towards the bottom, leaving a little bit at the like so. All right. And again, once you have that done, just give me a thumbs up. All right. Good. Okay, so now that we have that, we are going to take our big cherry blossoms or whatever, and we're going to flip it over. And once again, we're going to put, I'm going to use 4 dimensionals so that it kind of, it gives dimension to the card. So I'm putting them here. And essentially this is how they show it as well. So we have 4 dimensionals. And we gotta peel it up. And I love that this is large enough, it goes diagonally across the card. So starting at the bottom left, and then you just lay it down, going to the bottom right. I mean, top right. Oh, yeah. Top right. I taught a class this morning for my other job, and oh my gosh, after a while, you just start to run out of words. Sometimes it gets easier and sometimes it gets harder.
Depends on the audience.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I got messed up.
Okay, what happened?
Well, I I got slow. Is this with dimensionals or just down flat?
Just down flat.
Thank you.
And then the cherry blossoms go over it.
Gotcha. Okay.
With
Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now we're going to put dimensionals on the back of all 3 of the little ones, the little flowers. They get dimensionals as well. So these work perfectly with regular size dimensionals. So I'm going to see if I have any of those. I have 1. So 1 dimensional fits perfectly in the center on the back. We're going to see what else I have here. Oh, finish that one. Sometimes I cut the edges, and sometimes I just tear it. Let's see. And we'll peel off the backings. I'm going to show you where they put them. Now, of course, you could put them anywhere you want, but they put 1 up here, 1 in this white space area here, and another one over here. So 1, 2, 3. Of course, you can put them anywhere you want. You can put them around the card, but they are pretty, and it just gives it that much more dimension.
Yours are some blue.
Sorry?
Yours are so blue.
Oh, no, it's just because the camera, it's just the lighting. Yeah, see, they're silver, really, I think, right? It's that iridescent. Yeah. It's just the reflection. I've got like 4 lights on in here, and yeah, and when I lay it flat. So you're right, they do look blue on the camera, but they definitely are not. So when you're ready to move on, give me a thumbs up. I'll look for it. Okay. All right. Sheila, a whole hand means stop, or
No. Okay.
Okay. It's fine. You know, sometimes a whole hand can mean stop. So Lynn, are you good? Or
yes.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to take our little circles, the circle string, if you will, and you're going to put some adhesive right in the middle of this, regular adhesive. This is not on a dimensional. I'm not sure why, but it works. It's all good. And we're going to put that kind of overlapping everything, but you probably don't want to have the string underneath it if you can help it. And at least where the adhesive is. It can overlap in other places, and it goes in a straight line. And then the label is just going to go over that with dimensions. This card has a lot going on with it. A lot of dimension. I like it. Just love the color, love the iridescence.
Very fun.
Yeah. And on this card, they also allocated 5 gems. Get my gems out. So, you know, I usually I use the 2 large and 3 small. So I'm gonna put them in the same place that they did. I don't know why I'm not using a take your pick tool. Did everybody see in the new catalog that there are new
accessories.
Yeah, new
Yeah.
accessories for the take your pick
Yeah.
tool.
I'm very
There's
excited.
the X-Acto knife, which is, you know, a craft knife, if you will, and like a perforating wheel, which is interesting. Don't have a lot of use for that, but I guess you could make it the stitching. You know how a lot of our cards have stitching on them, on the edges? You can use that to make your own stitching. And it has another finer point, like paper piercer. So that was
You
exciting.
have catalogs for us?
I do. Didn't you get one last month?
No, I did not.
Huh. Were you
No.
at class last month? I was giving them out at class. But yes.
Yes, yes, I was, but maybe I was in outer space.
I don't know. I did give them out, but I have plenty more. Plenty more. So here we have our 5 gems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Very nice.
Okay. Sheila, how you doing over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Everybody good?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Let's move on to our last card. And this one is even simpler, I think, if that's possible. So we're going to start with the blue washed piece. I call that a wash. And we're going to use the New Jersey stamp again. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. It's my New Jersey stamp. And we are stamping a background. And let me show you. This is what we're trying to create. It's very pretty. And so they just put 3 of these stamps on the card. A little hard to see. So I will do it for you so you can see where they had it. Of course, you could put more or less. So I'll put a New Jersey over here.
I'm never going to look at this stamp differently as anything but a New Jersey
Yeah,
stamp.
like, obviously, get New Jersey. Okay.
You really don't get it? You don't see it? You got to hold it this way.
Yeah.
I don't know why. So there's the top, and like it comes down an angle. You know how we have that going into the ocean over here. I would cut off this little piece here and use this dot. And then, you know, Trenton's over here.
Okay.
I don't know whether I should be frightened that I get it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So now for this card, they used With Deepest Sympathy, and I'm going to go ahead and do that too. They can never have, unfortunately, enough sympathy cards. That's not the one you want to have to go and make at the last minute.
That's true.
So,
So
yeah.
you put the New Jersey 3 times?
3 times. So here, I did it like that.
Sorry, I was looking
No.
for New Jersey and I didn't.
Oh gosh. I bet no other Stampin' Up! Demonstrator has done the New Jersey stamp.
Because they're not from New Jersey.
Yes, most of them are not from New Jersey, but there are some. I'll bet that they didn't call it that.
See, I see a donkey.
You see what?
A
Yeah.
donkey.
Oh yes, I see that
Oh.
too. Or
Okay.
like, yeah, I see that. Here's the head, here's the tail, legs. Yeah, but this one's definitely New Jersey.
Okay.
All right, so now we're going to stamp on our little label. And, you know, it's like when you look in the clouds and you see things.
Yes, exactly.
They
That's
expect
just what
us
I
to
was thinking
do.
of.
Well, you have these weird things. So with this one, you want to make sure that with deepest is straight, because the sympathy, you know, is kind of on an angle, and but because we have that stitching at the top, if you line up and see through your block to get with deepest straight, then everything else will follow. There we go. That's all we need to stamp on this card. There's just those two. So we're going to take our white card base, fold it in half, give it a good crease. And then we're going to take our Donkey and New Jersey stamped wash panel and put it on, blue wash. Just using flat, regular adhesive. I like that it has such a wide white border all the way around. I normally would not have that large of a white border. And I like the way they did that. So look for that coming up in a card near you. I like the way that they did that. All right, so now we're not going to be able to know that this is New Jersey or a donkey or anything else, because we're going to cover most of it. Okay, and we're just going to use this large piece, gets put on with regular adhesive. And this is you can do it on any angle, of course, but this is the angle that they did it on. I'll hold it up closely so you can see. So the biggest flower is on the right. And then I let the three outside leaves of the one on the left go past the edge of the blue on the panel. Okay. Get that. So you can see, you know, we just got little pieces, and definitely do not know it's New Jersey anymore. That's over. Okay. So once we have that, then we take our big flower, separate one, and we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this so that it pops up. And it's actually exactly the same flower that is on the right. So what we want to do is line it up so that it is directly over it. Now, I think they could have skipped that and just put it on separately, but I like that they did it this way, because then they know that we're putting it in the right place.
What a waste, though.
It is a little bit of a waste, but it gives us another flower. We could cut that one out, right? And then use it on another card. So it's an extra opportunity. Okay. So once you have that, we are going to cut a 12-inch string of the Calypso Coral. I bet I don't have 12 solid inches here, but we're going to give it a try. I do. Okay. Those third cards are not going to get made properly for sure. That's okay. And for this, I just tied it in a bow. I tied a bow, and they really don't show you how to do this in their instructions. Maybe on the video they do. But, to be honest, I watched the video, but it was a while ago. So I just made a bow so that it has two nice loops and some ends hanging off. And I'm going to put it on the card sideways. And again, this is another one of those where we're just going to lay it down. But we want to make sure that when we put our label on, let me show you, our label on, it secures it in place, and it has the little extras, the loops and the strings coming off to the left side. So that's how I'm laying it down on my card. And then I'm going to take my tag and I'm going to use dimensionals. Look at that. I used up 3 of these already today. Woohoo! I am so happy. And I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on this one. so that when I put it onto the card, the dimensionals on the back left are going to secure the bow. And again, I want the loops to come off to the left side. And this, the top edge, goes to the top of the blue. That's how they have it designed. I'm squashing it over this way. And I'm going to put it down. And there we have it. And then I'm going to just trim off. This is just a little too long for me. And there we go. That's how it ends up looking. But I like that it gives us a new one. I wouldn't have ever done it like this. Wouldn't have thought of it. So I like that they showed us a new way to use the twine. And put the speckles in the background. And then, so on this card, they allowed us three of our little, boy, I have so much static over here. Our little gems, and they put one here. And they put a little one up here. There. And then another one down in the corner. I don't know why they decided only 3 on this card, but it's okay. Plenty going on here. So there we go. Those are our 3 cards. So now for our new way of doing, showing alternative samples, alternative projects, I'm going to share my screen. And I have 10 projects that I'm going to share. And
wow.
I will also send you these in there's an email that's going to go out at 10 o'clock tonight that has all of these on it. So here's one from Tammy White. And if you go to her, if you go to stampinwithtammy.com, I believe she has directions on how to do this diagonal joy fold card. So she did it. She cut apart all the pieces and she made it like that would have taken me forever to figure out how to do it for you. So that is the first one. Second, I have to do it one by one. Share this one. This is 3 different cards. How she did that. I love this. Now, granted, we had to use, can you see my pointer? I don't know if you can.
Yes.
No, you can. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So I love the little flowers over here. She used 2 of them for this project, but at least she could do it. But look how she just cut it apart and was able to use it twice. So this is one whole piece. And then we get these stamps in our in the stamp set. So she fussy cut those. Not going to happen with me, but you all can do that in the spare time. All right, next up, back here, share screen. This one, I don't know why, but it came out very small. I don't know if you can see it, but they're easel cards. So they're cute. I did not know that they were going to come out this small, so I apologize.
But you can pinch it out.
I don't know. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so bad it blurs. It blurs. So
A little bit.
yeah.
Get the idea.
Yeah. Use the little, I like that she used the sentiment over here to be the base for the easel to flip it up. So very nice. Just something different. Okay, go to the next one. Where's my, here it is. I did the easel. Wait a second. Oh, they go in a different order. Oh God. Let's go to this one. Isn't that pretty? She just slapped on a white card just by themselves. So this is where she did not do the extra layer for that other one, that other flower, right? That we did with dimensionals. I thought that was pretty. And then share screen. We did that one. Let's go here. So this one, I like that they use the die on the back. See how the wavy stitching around the sides? I don't know what that's called, but we have a set of dies that do that. So again, and then she was able just to use that flower all by itself. This is a different person. I tried to use different people, but I know I do have one repeat. Let me see. So I know I have 10. It looks like this one isn't that fun? Well, she did it. So these are fun folds. So it looks like this flips up or opens. And this is the triangle fold that a lot of people are doing lately. And it looks like, or actually she used the envelope, right? This is the envelope.
Right.
Yes, and she tucked it in. Yes. So this is Rachel Tessman. If you're ever looking for ideas, I always like hers. She's one of the people that I go to right away, stampyourartout.com.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is why it's good for me to do it this way too, because I'm making sure that I'm giving credit to the people.
Yep. I was
wherever
thinking about that.
Yeah. So much better this way. And let's go on to another one. See what else we have. We did this one first, so it must be this one. This one is just, she made a shaker card. See, these are like little pearls in here, little beads. So anytime we have something that has holes in it, we want to make them a shaker card. But this one would be very easy because you could just put your the foam adhesive behind the edges all the way around. And that would be very easy to do as opposed to having to shape it to some, a smaller or different shape. This one I like too. She broke apart the background and just cut it into 4. But I thought that gave, kind of a neat look. All right. And let's see what else I have. Excuse me. We have, so these are more of the diagonal fold cards that Tammy White did. This is one of the repeats that I have. So we saw this one earlier, but she did them with the new in color or the new designer series paper for the colors, the probably subtles with these colors.
What's her name? Tammy
White. So, and it's Stampin' with Tammy, TAMI.com. She's like a top demonstrator. And I can guarantee you she did not make these cards. She has a whole team of people that do a lot of designing for her. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that, but I know that she has a team of people that do a lot of the things for her that she shared. So, all right. And maybe one. Nope, let's see. Yep, 2 more. This one. And so this is Stamp with Brian. I like his stuff. He always does stuff that's nice and simple. And this is a box. So he just made a belly band for a box and put just that one flower on top. Boom, you're done, right? And this, he used the background and just did it flat instead of using dimensionals. Always fun. His signature is to have lots of layers that, a small layer and a bigger layer. So if a lot of times if you see things that have that, lots of different layers on it and very squared off, very clean, they're usually Brian's. So I like that. All right. And then the last one I have is this one. This cute little card. So you can see how she cut this apart. She's showing you here how she cut it apart and made 2 cards out of that one background.
Right.
Yeah, nothing spectacular, but very effective. So anyway, so those are all the projects. And like I said, I will my spotlight. Oops, take off my glasses. So you will get an email that has all of those, so you can study them if you want to and see if you want to remake them. But that's how I think I'm going to be doing Paper Pumpkin from here on. I think this is fun. So it's a good excuse for us to get together. So.
Very good. It makes it easier on you and we get more ideas.
Yeah, it's definitely easier. So I appreciate that. There's 2 more days that I get back that I could do.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's important.
Allison, this was your first time. What do you think?
It was great. Do you remember one time I sent you I got the email and I said, would you mind if I join? And you went, well, it was yesterday.
Oh, right.
And then this is the first time. It's the first time I've had the email when it was one that I could actually join. So I was like,
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
it was lovely. It's great. It's just, well, first of all, it's lovely to stamp. And it's lovely to stamp with lovely ladies who you know. But it was the best fun ever. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Allison. So, Allison, what is your YouTube channel? Tell everybody.
It's Allison Stamps.
Allison Stamps. So Allison with a Y.
Allison with a Y. ALYSON Stamps.
Yep. So she's been doing a series of classes. Allison is in my downline, and she's been doing fun things. So if you have some time and you're looking for something to watch, you can go check her out too. Oh.
I have to leave you. Sorry.
Okay. Bye, Lynn. Bye. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And hopefully I will see you next month, and look for that email later tonight.
I will.
Thanks, Brenda.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Thank you.
Bye.